welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sitting down and I'm going to be doing the truthful YouTuber tag. I am spilling some tea on what it's like to be a YouTuber. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to hear my answers to the truthful YouTuber tag, then let's go ahead and get started. So this tag was actually created a couple of years ago, but I did not have a channel when it was first created and people were first doing it. And it was created by the beautiful Mel Thompson. I just want to say rest in peace to Mel. She seemed like such a lovely person inside and out. I'm sending so much love and healing to her family. I love that we have so many things to remember her by though, one of them being this tag that she did create. Also, as of right now, her YouTube channel and all of her videos are still up for all of us to still enjoy and watch and love her content. And we also have the beautiful Tiny Marvels palette that she made in collaboration with Sydney Grace. So I just wanted to start off by saying rest in peace to Mel Thompson. You will be missed greatly. Also, I was tagged in this last year by my friend Becca. When she tagged me in this, I had only had my channel for like maybe a month or so. I was very, happy and excited that she tagged me in it. But I just didn't feel like I had my channel long enough to be able to really answer these questions. I know this tag's a couple years old. I don't know if this video will get any views, if you guys even care, but I thought it was fun and I wanted to answer them for you. So there are 16 questions. I'm gonna be looking down because I have them written down on in my notebook. So if I'm looking down a lot, that is why. Also, before we really actually get started, please ignore my lips. I actually really love this lip color. It's the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint in the shade Underdog. It's a really beautiful, like deep, vampy, burgundy sort of shade. However, I did not line my lips very well with this. So if my lips look wonky or just like weird today, please just ignore it. If it gets on my teeth, please just ignore it. I'm trying something different and new today. So there are 16 questions. I'm going to try to answer them quickly and concisely so this video is not 1,000 years long. But the first one is, have you ever received a product, tried it, didn't like it, and then decided to not review it? No. No, because first of all, I really don't get too many products sent to me in PR. I am lucky that I am on a couple PR lists and I have received PR in the past. However, that doesn't really do anyone service or really help anyone out if I try something and then decide I don't like it and then don't review it. I know that negative reviews sometimes cannot be the most fun thing to watch. And I feel like cringy when I do negative reviews because I don't ever want my channel to be a place of negativity. However, sometimes you just don't like something and you really need to come on and say why. And that is something I want to point out. I really do try when I tell you guys that I don't like a product, I really do try to tell you why I don't like it. What aspects about it that I didn't enjoy. So that way, you obviously know your skin and your preferences way better than anyone else, especially myself. So that way you really can have a really nice, educated viewpoint on that product, so then you can go in and make the decision yourself if you want to buy it or not. So no, I haven't. Like I said, if I don't like something, I still want to review it for you guys. I still want to let you know why I didn't like it, so that way you have that information and you can, use that if you are interested in that product. So no, I have not done that. Number 2 says, is there a product that you use but you don't show or use online? So for that, I wrote down my MAC paint pot. It's not that I purposely don't show it online for you guys. It's just kind of like a little bit of a boring step to watch me apply eyeshadow primer. So I usually just kind of start off my get ready with me's with it already applied. But I talk about it. I say that I use it to prime my eyelids. I list it in my description boxes sometimes, not every time because it doesn't ever change. So it's like always the eye primer I use. So yeah, I don't really show that me using that or use it on my videos, but not for any particular reason. I just think it's kind of a boring step that you guys probably don't want to watch. Number 3 says, what is a product that you want to buy, but you won't because you don't support the brand? Anything Drunk Elephant. I am so bummed by that brand. Yes, their price points are honestly outrageous and a little crazy, but I was the crazy person that used to buy it and used to spend the money on it. I will say I really genuinely liked a lot of their products. I feel like I saw really positive changes in my skin when I was using their products. However, their customer service is pretty terrible. I personally never had an experience myself with this, but I know people on my Instagram page who have, where if something doesn't work out, that they try something from Drunk Elephant and it doesn't work out for them, maybe they will DM the company or comment on one of their pictures, and Drunk Elephant will either delete their comment or basically say, well, it's user error, you're not using it correctly, when that's not the case. Like, not everything works out for everyone. So to just kind of blame the user and say that it is their fault that something didn't work out, it's just a little absurd to me, you know what I mean? Also, don't quote me, but I heard a little rumor that the owner, her name's Tiffany, I don't remember her last name, that she doesn't think that there are different skin types. I like heard that somewhere, that I probably said it in an interview sometime, that she doesn't think that people have different skin types, which I just think that's crazy, because I myself have had 2 different skin types the last couple years. I used to be really, really oily, and now I'm really, really dry and more acne prone. So it would make sense that they blame it on the user when something doesn't work out for them, because they just kind of assume that everyone's skin is the same, but that is literally absurd. If everyone's skin was the same, we wouldn't have dermatologists and doctors and all of that. Like, I just think that that is wild and crazy. So I unfortunately cannot support them anymore. I used to love their products a lot, but if you're going to be that terrible to your customers, like, they're the only reason that you are in business and you're making money. So you should like probably be nice to them and not delete their Instagram comments. So Drunk Elephant is my answer for that. Number 4 says, do you have any blocked words? So if you don't have a YouTube channel, you may not know this, but you can go on and block different words or block different phrases that you may not want to see in your comments. So that way, anytime someone comments that word or that phrase, it is automatically blocked and you don't even see it at all. So it can be words that are maybe a little triggering to you or traumatizing, or you just don't like, maybe they're offensive to you or anything like that. Right now, I don't have any blocked words. However, I'm also still a lot of it on the smaller side. So I typically don't get too many like rude hate comments. I'm not saying I will never block a word in the future. Maybe if something is repeatedly said to me over and over and over, like if someone was just repeatedly calling me fat, I would probably block the word fat, because I don't want to see those comments. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying I will never have any words blocked in the future if I am lucky enough to grow my channel and gain more subscribers in the future. But as of right now, I don't have any blocked. Number 5 says, do you delete comments? And if yes, why? So yes, I have deleted comments in the past. I try not to delete too many of them. Usually if I'm deleting it, it's because it's rude or just mean, and I don't want that sort of energy on my channel towards me, towards any of my other followers. If you're like commenting back to someone else, again, I'm on the smaller side, so I haven't had too many issues with that. But also I get like almost like bot accounts. I really don't know what it is, but they will comment like hashtag and then a bunch of random letters and numbers. I really don't know what that's about. So I used to delete those in the past. Now I'm like, whatever, it's engagement, like I'll just leave them on. It's just weird. But yeah, I think I've only deleted like a couple like mean, rude comments in the past, and I will continue to do so. If you're being mean to me or any of my other subscribers on my channel who are commenting, I'm going to delete your comment. And that brings me to number 6, which is, do you block people? So again, if you're being rude to me or my subscribers, yes, I will block you. I have blocked a couple people in the past. One was a girl who like, she was following me on Instagram for a long time actually, and she would always like DM me and answer like my stories and stuff, and she was always just a little bit mean. Like her comments to me were always a little bit like snide, a little bit rude, never like flat out mean and rude, but always had like that undertone of like not talking back to me. I don't even know how to explain it. Just, you know how when some people are just like, they say a comment to you and at first you're like, oh, okay, but then you think about it and you're like, oh, what? Why would you say that? And it was just like repeated. And I ended up blocking her on Instagram. And then she followed me over to YouTube and was kind of doing like the same thing on my channel, where she would comment on my videos and say like just the same thing, like snide, rude things. So I ended up blocking her. She even found me on Influencer, messaged me on Influencer. I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even know you could message people on Influencer. So I just felt like a little weirded out by that, if I'm being honest. And another lady I blocked because she was just being rude. She commented on one of my videos saying like, wow, you're so dramatic. Like, can you just calm down the dramatics for once, please? And the first time she commented it, I like let it slide because it was on a video where like I had some issues with my makeup. So I was like, okay, like I can maybe see why she thought I was being dramatic. Like, all right. But then the very next video I put up, she said the same exact thing. And I was like, okay, clearly this is going to be a person that it does not matter what video I put up, what I am doing in the video, how I'm acting in the video, she is going to be rude and comment that I am dramatic. So I went ahead and just nipped it in the bud and blocked her after 2 comments. So like I said, I don't like to block people. It's not fun for me. I don't want to have to do that. I wish people could just be nice. But I will block you if you're being mean, just to let you know. So just be nice, please. Number 7 is, have you ever lied about a product to stay on good terms with a brand? Again, no. I am, again, a smaller YouTube channel. I am not on a ton of PR lists. But even if I was, going back to that first question, it is not helpful at all to you guys for me to lie about a product. Even if I love the brand, I want to stay on their PR list or anything like that, I would never go so far as to lie about a product and what I think about it. I would be so sad if let's say I tried out an eyeshadow palette and I was like, this is the best. Well, maybe not eyeshadow palette, because you can see when I'm applying an eyeshadow palette if it's patchy and bad. Let's say I'm really loving a foundation or a blush or anything like that. And I'm like, this is the best foundation. This is the best blush I've ever used. I love it. Go out and buy it. And then you buy it off my recommendation and then it's not a good product, so you end up hating it. I would feel so guilty and so bad about that. I put the pressure on myself and I put a lot of emphasis on being honest with you guys, because I know, not all of you, but I know that some of you really do take my reviews and recommendations to heart and really do buy things based off of me and what I say. So I take that seriously because I know you work hard. I know you work hard for your money, and I would hate to tell you to go buy something that I didn't absolutely love and then you waste your hard-earned money. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out here grinding just like you guys. I used to be a teacher. I am now working part-time and trying to do YouTube. Like, I understand it is hard work to make money. It's so easy to spend it, but it's so hard to make it. So I would never want to lie about a product, especially to stay on a brand's good side. Are you serious? There's a million makeup channels out there. If they're not sending it to me, that's cool. They're just going to send it to someone else. And also, they're making billions of dollars. They're fine. They don't need my positive review. You know what I mean? Number 8 says, have you ever initially liked a product when you reviewed it, changed your mind, and then didn't tell your audience? No. And actually, I feel like that's the opposite for me. Most of the time, I feel like at first I don't like a product and I tell you guys like, this is crap. I don't like this. And then I end up changing my mind about it and then have to come back and say, just kidding, I like it now. I do know that for me personally, I do think updating you guys is something that I need to work on. I try to do my faves and no ways videos once a month or once every 2 months and really talk about products that I've been loving or not loving recently. I try to update you guys maybe in empties videos or anything like that. There has been multiple times where I've said I don't like a product and then come on a couple months later and been like, okay, I do now. So I try to update you guys. I do think that's something I need to keep working on and get a little bit better at maybe. But no, I do like to keep you guys updated and let you know if I have changed my mind on something, because again, if you're going to buy something off my recommendation, I want you to have like my full thoughts and really know my actual like thought process behind that product before you possibly purchase it off my recommendation, if that makes sense. Number 9, who is an influencer you don't trust? Honestly, I don't watch people I don't trust. So that's kind of hard. I mean, the typical ones that I feel like that would be the answer for a lot of people: Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, James Charles, those type of people who but I don't watch them. You know what I mean? So I don't trust them, but I also don't watch them. But on the flip side of that, number 10 is an influencer you trust most. So I actually have a couple for that. The first one is Jessica Braun. I just think she's such a sweetheart. I really do genuinely trust her opinions. Her and I definitely have a difference in preference, especially when it comes to like eyeshadow and foundation. So I just have to take what she says about things with a grain of salt, because I know that I am different. But I do trust her. I think if she says she likes something, she really does like it. I also really trust Stephanie from Babs Beauty. She just kind of tells it like it is, but never in like a rude way or a mean way towards the product, towards the brand. But she really is honest. If she's like, hey, I'm not vibing with this, she's gonna tell you why. And she is super honest, which I personally like. I know both of those are like bigger YouTubers, but they're the ones that came to mind when I read that question. Next up, for number 11, it says a secret tip or product application that you don't show on camera. So for this one, I thought of my Essence Brighten Up powder. Again, this is kind of like the MAC Paint Pot. This is a step that I typically do off of camera. It's a really nice brightening powder that I like to use under my eyes and my T-zone and up under my contour, just to really brighten and sharpen and clean things up. Not that I'm like intentionally trying to hide it from you guys, but it just seems to be a step that I typically do off of camera. Yeah, I just don't really talk about it much. But the Essence Brighten Up, it's a beautiful powder. It's only like $5. I've been through 2 of them. It's so stinking good. Definitely recommend. Number 12 says, have you ever showed a product but were using another product? No. Why would you even do that? That just makes no sense. No, I've never done that. Number 13, have you ever not disclosed a sponsorship? Again, no. Again, I'm a lot smaller of a channel, so I really do not get that many sponsorships. But when I do, I'm excited and I want to tell you guys about the sponsorship because I wouldn't really work with a brand that I don't like. The 2 sponsorships that I've done on YouTube in the past has been Dossier Perfumes, which I love their perfumes, and I was buying their perfumes before we partnered together, and then Ana Luisa Jewelry, which again, I love their jewelry and I bought before I worked with them. So also I'm like a rule follower, and you can get into a lot of trouble with not disclosing a sponsorship or not disclosing affiliate links that you make money off them. I'm just terrified. I don't want to get in trouble. So no, I never have and never will. Number 14 is, have you ever had a bad interaction with a brand? Yes, obviously yes. I mean, I feel like everyone probably could answer yes to this question. The one that I'll talk about is actually Dose of Colors, which is such a bummer because I love Dose of Colors. I use their foundation a lot. I finished up their concealer. I love their liquid lipsticks, their lip glosses. I have an eyeshadow palette from them that I really love. They're a good brand. However, my bad experience with them, they were having a sale a couple months back now, and it was on their website that if you spend $50 or more, you got free shipping. And I was like, heck yes, awesome. So I put a bunch of stuff in my cart that I was super excited to test out, and it did meet that $50 threshold of the free shipping. But for some reason, it wasn't coming up on my order. It was trying to charge me for shipping. So I emailed their customer service, basically explaining the situation. They took, I want to say like 3 or 4 days to email me back. And when they emailed me back, they literally said, did you put in your shipping address? And I was like, yes, yes, I put in my shipping address. So then I answered back yes, and they probably took another like 2 days to answer me for that. And literally their response, I'm paraphrasing, but their response was, that's weird, it should have worked. I don't know why it didn't work. And that was that. That was that on that. I was like, okay, like, all right. And so I emailed back and I was like, well, it doesn't really matter anymore because at this point your sale is over. So even if I wanted to purchase those products, I'd have to pay full price, and I'm not doing that. And I honestly don't remember if they emailed me back or not. I don't know what I was expecting them to do. Honestly, what I was expecting them to do was give me some sort of free shipping voucher, a code or something to put in to then have free shipping. But then again, by the time their customer service answered me, their sale was over. So that was just really a bummer of a situation because I do love Dose of Colors so much, and I really was gonna make an order and I really wanted to try more from them. But no, yeah, their customer service was, I hate that. I cannot stand when brands have bad customer service. I do not work in customer service. I do not know the process of it. So maybe I am completely out of my element talking about it here, but your customers are the whole reason you're in business and you make money and you can continue to make makeup or perfumes or products, whatever you're buying from. So if you're not treating your customers correctly, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like if you have an email that customers can email for issues, then you need to be answering that email in a timely fashion, in a timely manner. So that was just one of the bad experiences I had with brands. I have others, but we don't have time for that. Just 2 more questions left. Number 15 is, have you ever bandwagoned with others' thoughts on a product? So honestly, I'm sure I have, but again, going back to the couple other questions that I've talked about, I really do try to tell you guys my honest opinions. Now, I will say, sometimes when I see a review on a product and I haven't tried it yet, that can sway my opinion a little bit. But mainly it's in the sense that I'm like, oh, cool, like I'm gonna really love this product. And then sometimes I don't, you know what I mean? But again, I don't intentionally try to do it. Maybe I subconsciously do, but I really try to try things out, have my own thought process behind it, really tell you my experience. There has been plenty of products that I've tried and talked about on my channel that so many other people love, and they did not work out for me. The 2 that come to mind right off the bat are the 2 like most recent ones I tried, the Persona Identity palette. So many people love that palette and I just did not enjoy it at all. And then the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. I know so many people that is like their favorite foundation ever, and that was awful on me. Looks terrible. And you know what's funny is a lot of the times if I try a product that so many people love and it's hyped up and it's, you know, a lot of people's favorites, and then I come out and say, well, I don't really like this, it didn't work out for me, that is when I then see people come out and say, oh yeah, I didn't like that product too. Oh yeah, that didn't work out for me either. And I'm like, where were you when I was about to buy this product? You know what I mean? All I saw was positive reviews. So I want to be honest, even if it's a negative review, even if I don't like the product, I just have to be honest with you guys. I can't lie. I could not live with myself and sleep at night knowing that I'm lying to you guys about things that I like or don't like. You know what I mean? And then the last question is things that creators do that get on your nerves. Filters. It drives me nutso when people use filters, especially if you are a makeup channel. Why are you using filters? I don't understand. And I'm going to break it down into YouTube and Instagram. So on YouTube, most of the time you can, well, sometimes you can't tell, sometimes you can't tell, but I'm thinking of an influencer off the top of my head who I think one of their cameras they use has a filter and the other one doesn't. And when they use the camera that does have the filter, you can see it. They will like move in a certain way or they'll use a transition and you can see the filter come off and you're like, why? Why are you doing that? And I'm assuming there's a setting that you can turn that off. Maybe they don't know how to do it. I have no idea, but I just don't, especially if you're a makeup channel, why use a filter? Then it doesn't show how it accurately looks on you and your skin. And on the flip side, Instagram is a little bit harder because it's typically just a picture. And I understand wanting to have a bomb picture where you look fly and you're showing off your makeup and your highlights popping and your skin looks stunning. I understand all of that. But social media is so fake. Everything about social media is fake, 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 fake. And it just drives me crazy. I will say, if you scroll back on my Instagram page, like a long time ago, like when I very first started 3+ years ago, you will see that I did edit my selfies that I put up. I smoothed out my skin, I whitened my teeth, I edited out my acne, and I did that for the first couple months and then I stopped because I am a makeup page here on YouTube, here on Instagram. All I love to do is talk about makeup. And if I am editing the crap out of my pictures and you are not seeing how it accurately looks on my face, that is doing no one a service. That is not helping you out at all. If you buy something off my recommendation and it looks poreless and smooth and perfect on my Instagram picture, and then you get it in person and you're like, well, why don't I look like Emily? It's because I don't look like that. You know what I mean? Like if you are looking at these huge YouTubers and influencers who edit the crap out of their pictures, and then you're thinking like, I don't look like that, and then you feel bad about yourself, well, they don't look like that either. You know what I mean? And I understand it's a tricky thing. I don't want to offend anyone because I know people have insecurities and they want to perfect them and you want to put your best foot out there, you know, when you're on social media. But it's just like, especially like I said, being a makeup page, you're just not helping anyone out. You know what I mean? And I have insecurities too. I don't love when my pores look huge. I don't love when I have acne. I don't love when, you know, my dark circles are popping out or anything like that. But I don't know, I just can't edit that stuff out. And actually recently I've been even telling you guys how I edit my pictures. So like let's say I put a selfie up. I don't really do this with like product shots, but if I put a selfie up, let's say I put like one picture with a filter and one picture without, because I put a filter on my pictures to just kind of like match my feed, have it all coincide. So at the bottom of my caption, I will put like the first picture has a filter to match my feed, and then both pictures were edited on Instagram. They have a brightness of 5 and a sharpness of 25 or something like that. Like I tell you guys how I actually edit it, because again, I want you guys to really know the tea and know how things look on me without edits, without filters, without anything. Because I don't know, I want people to be real and I want to see how it actually looks on you. So yeah, that's the thing that I feel like bothers me the most, is just filtering and editing the heck out of your Instagram pictures and your YouTube videos. And that was it, you guys. That was my answers to the truthful YouTuber tag. Again, this tag was a couple years old. I don't know if any of you guys are watching it right now, but if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.